Hello, I'm Miss DS Woman, and in today's video, I want to talk about the Cooking Mama application. Hey, Miss DS, I thought you said that you didn't want to talk about mobile apps this year. Indeed, I did say that I wanted to branch out from that this year, but hear me out. I have always been intrigued when game companies or franchises expand to the mobile gaming world. Primarily when Sega came out with the Sonic the Hedgehog apps, I downloaded all of them. Or at least as many as I could with my very low phone storage at the time. So I thought that I would look on the App Store to see what franchises outside of Sega have mobile apps for me to check out, besides the obvious ones like Mario Kart Tour and Super Mario Run. Then I came across an app that I had played years ago, but had somehow forgotten about. Cooking Mama, Let's Cook, created by Office Create Corp. This application was initially released on March 23rd, 2006. Wait, that can't be right. Oh, that was the release date of the console game, my bad. The application was initially released on May 12, 2015. I remember playing it during that year and really enjoying it, but I eventually stopped and moved on from it, like people do with most mobile games. So I decided to download and play the game in the year 2021 and see how it holds up today. And boy, is there a lot to talk about here. So I'll stop yapping and let's get into the game. The first thing I noticed when I opened the app is that a lot of things pop up when you're using it, in a very fast, in-your-face manner. When I looked at the ratings for this game before I played it, I saw one that said, "This game is on crack." And when I read it, I thought, okay, they have to be exaggerating. But to be honest, all of those pop-ups at that pace is making that review make sense. That, along with the many challenges and errors that pop up as well. But to be honest, that's the only real nitpick that I have about the app. And once you get past all those pop-ups, there's a lot to do in the app now. All of these things are put into 5 main categories on the title screen, and these categories are Kitchen, Recipe Shop, Harvesting and Restaurant, Challenge, and Mama's Theater. In this video, I will briefly go over each of these categories. So the kitchen category entails the true essence of the Cooking Mama series, with the player completing small tasks to prepare a big meal. Pretty much all the tasks that I did involved using the giant touchscreen that was on my iPad. Now, I have a confession to make. While I have played the original Cooking Mama game on the Nintendo DS, I have never actually owned a copy of the game myself. I know, I'm sorry, but from what I remember playing when my childhood friends let me borrow the game, the tasks on the app are pretty similar to the tasks in the original Cooking Mama. Even though I haven't played all the recipes in this mode, I think that it's hands down my favorite mode on the app. The only sort of gripe that I have with this mode is that sometimes the descriptions for the tasks are hard to understand. There will be times where I would have no idea what to do for a task, and because I'm a stickler for 3 stars on these tasks, I would have to replay certain ones over and over to figure out what I was supposed to do within the time limit. However, there were no times where I could just straight up not figure out a task. In my opinion, the tasks have a decent difficulty level. But that's the end of the basic Cooking Mama portion. Let's move on to everything else on this app. So the next category is the Recipe Shop, and I don't really have a lot to say about this category because the Recipe Shop is a little menu that most mobile games have, where you can spend real money to remove advertisements and unlock new recipes, and so on and so forth. I didn't spend any money on these things, so I can't really speak on whether unlocking these things is worth it or not. However, I will say that something I really appreciate about this app is that while there are advertisements for other apps within this one, which is to be expected nowadays, they are never shoved in your face. 95% of the time, the app gives you the opportunity to watch these advertisements in exchange for a reward. For example, if you get less than 3 stars during a task in the kitchen mode, the app gives you the option to restart the task by watching an advertisement. I found this very clever and refreshing, and I wish that other mobile games would use this method for advertisements. if they are able to financially. I'm sorry, I just got way off topic. On to the next category. Now this is the first mode in this application that has several mini modes. Let me explain further. Cooking Mama basically owns a restaurant now, and she needs to harvest the food that she is going to cook up for her customers. There are a lot of factors that go into this restaurant, and to be honest with you, I'm still not entirely sure how it works, so I'll do the best I can to explain it all. You can get items for Cooking Mama by going fishing, going to the ranch, going to the Happy Market, going to the orchard, or by going to the field. I checked out a couple of these places, and by the looks of it, these locations present little mini games that you can play to collect food items. Apparently, if you collect the right items, then you unlock new recipes to try out in the kitchen mode. Hey, this is just a side note because I was a dummy and forgot to record it ahead of time, but what I meant to also mention is that the mini games are related to the location, so if you choose to go fishing, then obviously you'll get a fishing mini game to get fish from, and also if you go to the field, you'll get stuff from there, and so on and so forth. I feel like these mini games have a similar feel to some mobile games you might have played in the past, so if you're a person that loves multiple games in one, this app will be great for you. But on to the restaurant portion. So in Cooking Mama's restaurant, customers come in, you tap on a table to get them seated, and you tap on the food that comes up on the counter to serve them. While the customers are eating, you can sometimes tap them to receive a reward, or watch an advertisement that gives you one, and when the customers are finished eating, you can tap them to show them their way out. By the way, this whole time I meant to say tap them with your finger, not the other way. Also, apparently when you cook in the kitchen mode, you can gain stock for your restaurant meals and earn coins to buy things for your restaurant decorations. Again, I'm not entirely sure how this works, so that's the most I can tell you. On to the challenge category. Okay, so the challenge mode is basically even more mini games that you can play, and from what I've seen, this has literally every mini game you can ever think of. There are 7 sections that come with this category. These sections are Test Your Skill, Play Shopkeeper, Nurture It, Picture Puzzle, Help Out, Exercise Your Brain, and Festival. Like the Harvesting and Restaurant category, I only checked out a few of these modes, and I'll explain the ones that I checked out. The first mode that I checked out is Test Your Skill, and that involved a bunch of cooking-based challenge minigames. The other mode that I looked at was Exercise Your Brain, because it reminded me of school, and I think that this category has those educational games that you would see on kids' websites. The game that I played in particular for this category was a matching card game, and it reminded me of Luigi in the Casino from Super Mario 64 DS. But that's all I checked out for this category. So the last category in this app is called Mama's Theater, and this category consists of Mama movies that you can spend coins to watch. Unfortunately, I don't think that I can share these movies with you because the movies use an unlisted YouTube link, and I don't know if I'll get in any trouble for showing them on here, but the movies are really cute. They just show Cooking Mama with their family, making food together and enjoying their life. If you want to see them for yourself, you can download the app and go to the Mama's Theater section. This sounds like a sponsorship, but I promise it's not. So with that being said, those are all of the categories that are on the Cooking Mama Let's Cook app. Now we move on to how I feel about the game. Honestly, I am very pleasantly surprised with this app nowadays. Like, I saw some reviews saying that it wasn't really the best, but I don't know. I feel like no matter how in your face the app might be, the modes are still fun, the essence of Cooking Mama is still there, and I was delighted. I'm going to give this game a rating of 8 out of 10. If you want to play this game for yourself, I'll leave the link in my description box below. With that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.